I'm Heather Armstrong.
And I'm Dustin Lukey. We are about halfway through the crop growing season in this area, and with the weather so far, farmers expect some mixed results come this year's harvest. News
19's Tate Wisey caught up with some local farmers today to see how this year's yield is looking.
The 2024 growing season in the La Crosse area has yielded mixed results for some local farmers, with some crops thriving while others have struggled.
This year's looking pretty good crop-wise, at least on our farm. I can't speak for everybody, but I know there's some farms that are struggling with the water, but with our light soils, the water hasn't been an issue for us at all. It's actually been a much better year than last year was.
The season started with an unusually wet spring, causing a delay for the farmers. Heavy rains in April, May, and even June saturated the fields, making it difficult for machinery to operate and seeds to be sown on time.
Because of the excess moisture, we've had a really hard time getting the alfalfa out of the field, especially on time. So a lot of folks had first crop cutting delayed, anywhere from just a couple weeks to like a month or more.
And thanks to that moist weather, farmers this year have had to contend with increased pest activity and plant diseases, further complicating this growing season.
Like basements, if they're constantly damp, you got mold and fungus that are growing down there, and that can happen in your fields as well. There are fungicides that can work against it. They're somewhat difficult to use and whatnot, and they don't always work, but they provide an option.
Now, even though it looks like it will be a good year this year when it comes to the crop harvest, the farmers still have to sell those crops, and in a market that's been taking a hit.
We've been trending down on corn and bean grain prices for, I'd say, almost since January. If you sold your crop last year when you took it out of the field, that was probably the best thing you could do. If you stored your crop like we did, you're probably regretting that decision.
Reporting in Holman, I'm Tate Wisey, WXOW News 19.
As the harvest season progresses, La Crosse area farmers are keeping a close eye on the weather, pest activity, and those market trends.
While this year's crop yields may not be record-breaking, we are expecting an overall positive harvest.